The stream did not go through the first time. So I need to check YouTube first to see if it's up. And then I'll put that link in my Discord server. I'm going to put up a Discord server link in the YouTube description. Okay, it looks to be up. Video is good, sound is good, chat should be okay. Let me just edit this with the link to Discord. Copy. Multitasking. Select all that, just put the Discord link in and save. Alright, I'm going to start using the beta on the YouTube studio. That should allow me to put a thumbnail in. I thought I did this. No? Okay. Okay, close this out. Back to the vid and then put the link of the video into the Discord. Thank God I don't need to recycle any cards. I can go straight into any kind of game. Hey, welcome to the show. Drop a comment, get a shout out. Let's play. I'm breaking the internet again. Yeah, this is the quickest way. Fastest way to get my fan back to a normal level. Can you hear the fan? That's crazy, man. I haven't had fans this excited since I started rapping. Okay, the chat is up. Today's article is about Syria. So, I remember a president called Barack Obama who said that the government of Syria has to go. Welcome to the show. Drop a comment so I can give you a shout out. I just started CPU defense, make that fun again. That was actually a very nice bombing run. I should just trust my guts here. In the endless loading screens I will talk about what's happening in Syria. It's like a big question mark of who's gonna take over. I could play some music, I guess. Let me think. Yes. I was gonna look for stoner rock instrumentals, but no. Let's see. So, current pop music is pretty nice. Not ideal, but it's okay. No, because of that mine, I'll have to leave that sniper standing even there. could go either way. How to fix this? Good question. That sniper though. Come on. No. Okay. Fine. I was gonna do a podcast. Now I'm confused. What am I gonna do? Okay, so if I do a copyright strike, it'll be showing ads on my video. So that's not happening. I could take another chance on maybe an unknown guy. A guy who doesn't have a record deal and therefore probably did not monetize his YouTube. I could do an interview, but I didn't prepare for that. All I had going is this article. So yeah, let's just do that one. Okay, Syria is a country that lies between Israel and Iraq. That should just say it all. Am I right? So welcome to the Middle East, where the enemy of your enemy is probably also your enemy. It's an incredibly complicated situation. If I had to put it very plainly, I would say that Syria is a civil war, and that people on other sides have decided that their army should take part in a civil war. About as diplomatic as I can make it. NATO is pulling out of the US, pulling out of Syria. Personally, I think that's a really good thing. But people are complaining that it's too beneficial for Russia and Iran. Well, Russia and Iran were invited. Their armies are there on invitation. So yeah, they're not really an occupying force. Russia is just trying to protect its ports and its navy. Iran is locked in a civil war itself, so that's why they keep sending troops abroad. And again, those troops were invited as well by Bashar al-Assad, because they belong to the same group. That's the best way to say it. So on the other side, you have Saudi Arabia, which has control of most of the oil, and therefore usually gets its way. Things are happening on that front as well. But the thing I'm going to try to get in is to analyze where it all went wrong. And the first thing that went wrong was August 18, 2011, when the former president, said that the regime has to go, without specifying how he would do that. He said the future of Syria must be determined by its people, but President Bashar al-Assad is standing in their way. The time has come for President Assad to step aside. And that's really messed up. I actually made a parody song because if you threaten that and then you don't put the army in, well, that's kind of a weird threat. The French signed up to it, the British signed up to doing that job, regime change. And one of the interesting things in this case is that although the Americans are withdrawing, the French are not. The French are doubling down on regime change. A good little something to understand is that the French colonized a lot of Africa and the Middle East. And after the First World War, they were given dominance in that region. Yeah. Okay, 7 years and 500,000 Syrians later, it is Obama, Sarkozy, and Cameron, the old prime ministers and presidents, that are gone. That's actually pretty hilarious. Because they wanted him to go, now they're gone. Okay, Assad still rules there, and the 2,000 Americans in Syria, more like 4,000, are coming home soon. So then you have people, there's some other politicians that say, we can't leave there. Kurds are going to get slaughtered, and this is true. We were supporting the Kurds in their freedom fight. And they do deserve their own country. They should have the country of their own. Unfortunately, that country is split between Iraq, Syria, and Turkey. And some parts of the Kurdish people movements are terrorists. The question is, does the IPG qualify as that? IPG is an acronym for the Peshmerga. Peshmerga are those who walk into the danger, who don't run from danger, they walk to it. And these guys are fucking awesome. The ISIS killers. But Turkey has branded the IPG a terrorist organization, and they have a point. Some of the territories rescued or conquested, what you call that, taken by the YPG, the Peshmerga, have seen genocide. So I would agree that the YPG is a terrorist organization. What I don't agree to is that the PKK would be a terrorist organization. The PKK, Turkish Kurdistan Party, is a political party, just like the IRA turned into a political party called Sinn Féin. So the entire problem is that Turkey doesn't agree with that, and Turkey says the PKK, which is a political movement, are terrorists. No. They need to be able to, if they get elected by the people, then they're not terrorists. So that's one part of it. So the Kurds are going to have a really hard time. Once the Americans pull out, the Turkish people are going to go in there. The Turkish army is also not invited in Syria, by the way. Do you understand the complexity and the tender effect this has? Once a couple scenarios can ensue. All because the armies that are leaving, they're making a vacuum. Somebody's going to have to take power in that part of the world. And yeah, it's going to be something else. I understand that the Turkish forces are amassing on the border, and there's a bit of radio silence, a bit of a media blackout. But we'll find out quick enough if they go in. Question: who plunged us into a Syrian civil war and thus managed the intervention that we were to go home after 7 years? Our enemies will be victorious and our allies will get slaughtered. You have to go back even further. 17 years ago, the US invaded Afghanistan to take out the Taliban for granting sanctuary to Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. True, but the Taliban is also a political organization. And the only way you can get peace in Afghanistan is by giving them... Now, they don't really believe in elections, do they? That's a bit of a problem. But they should be able to rule their own affairs. Yeah, it's a very controversial thing for me to say, because I don't like the Taliban. But unless the Taliban and the others start talking to each other, the war will never end. So they need to be elected. Okay, today the US is negotiating peace talks with the same Taliban. Yet, according to former CIA director, the remnants of Al-Qaeda work closely with today's Taliban. Yes, of course they do. If you can't win a war in 17 years, you're probably setting your soldiers up to fail. I hope he understands that. Hoping that they fail, so they have to bomb some more, so they can make new bombs, so they can buy new bombs. And gadgets and robots. It's like a playground, really. It's disgusting. Let's try these new weapons. Pretty sure there's at least one nuclear detonation in the war in Syria a couple of years ago. You can see it on the internet, and the explosion was blue. What the hell? The explosion was blue, and you got a little bit of static right before and after the explosion. Now that signifies a fissionable event, a nuclear bomb. So it appears that 17 years of fighting in Afghanistan has left us with two alternatives. You can stay in Afghanistan and fight forever, keep the Taliban out of the capital city, or you withdraw and you let the Taliban overrun the place. I don't know, overrun. This is a part of the bigotry of low expectations. We have such low expectations of these people that they won't be able to defend themselves. It's just like everybody gets all crazy when somebody wears blackface here in the Netherlands because that's tradition. You cannot be more outraged than the victim. A lot of white people being outraged about stuff where they're not even a victim. Anyway, so in that case, do we abandon Syria to ISIS? Probably not. It's going to be a fight between Iran and Saudi Arabia. It always was. So who got us here? After Trump flew into Iraq over Christmas but failed to meet with the president, parliament. God, did he just go to the country and not even visit the president? That is such a big fuck you, man. Really go, Trump. He's like, no, man, I don't need to see your government. It's all shit. Oh, what? The balls on this guy. You gotta give it to him, man. Oh, and because he didn't visit the president, now they want to kick out the Americans. Well, good luck. George W. Bush launched Operation Iraqi Freedom to strip Saddam Hussein of weapons of mass destruction. He did not have, and in order to convert Iraq to a democracy and Western bastion in the Arab and Islamic world. Makes sense, right? 15 years later, Iraqis are debating how to get rid of the Americans. That's a bit of irony there. The biggest party in parliament wants to get rid of the Americans. This is going to hold. Okay, it goes off on a tangent about Libya and Yemen. Let's skip that. Okay, what is the price for the Western world for all the interventions? 7,000 soldiers dead, 40,000 wounded, and billions of dollars. Which is okay, capitalism needs to waste money on weapons. But for the Arab and Muslim world, the cost has been far greater. Hundreds of thousands dead in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Yemen, and Libya. Civilian and soldier alike. Ethnic cleansing of Christians, massacres, and millions uprooted and driven from their homes. How is all this invading, bombing, and killing made the Middle East a better place, or America more secure? It's a really good question to ask. One poll of young people in the Middle East and North Africa found that more of them felt that Russia was a closer partner than the US. Can you imagine? The fruits of the American intervention. We are told ISIS is not dead, but alive in the hearts of tens of thousands. That if we leave Syria and Afghanistan, our enemies will take over, and our friends will be massacred, and those who stop helping Saudis and Emiratis, still Houthis in Yemen, Iran will notch a victory. He's leading up to something. In his decision to leave Syria and withdraw half of the troops, Afghanistan, Trump enraged our fallen foreign policy elite. So millions of Americans cannot get out of there soon enough. In Monday's editorial, celebrating major figures of foreign policy in the last half century, the New York Times says, as these leaders pass from the scene, it will be left to a new generation to find a way forward from the wreckage Mr. Trump has already created. It sounds a bit partisan. Correction. Okay. So yeah, Mr. Trump did not create this shit. It was already there when he got to the office. Good article. And I read it just before I went into the loading screen. What? Okay. What else do we have? We're not supposed to believe the bull market is still intact. U.S. fires tear gas into Mexico. Central bank takes... Wow. So now we're letting the Italians run the central bank? What are we, crazy? Italy's market watchdog said it had suspended trading in shares of Banca Carige for the session following a request by the bank. Global market bloodbath returns as futures tumble. Asia suffers worst start to the stock market. Yeah, 2019 is going to be crazy. Isn't this the one I read yesterday? Okay, let's talk politics. Donald Trump is currently the subject of 17 different investigations. What? He's gonna clean up the Department of Justice next. He could do it. He just if the Congress doesn't show up for 3 days in a row, he can call a recess appointment, arrest 12 Democratic senators, then open the Senate up, where you only need 51% to be there to start working, and you only need 60% of the entire Senate to vote for executive power. If you arrest 12 Democrats, you would get to 60% with just the 53 Republicans that are there. So the other would have 47, delete 12. There'd be 53 Republicans and 35 Democrats. That's a 60% margin. Alright, let's do some PvP. That's my current conspiracy theory, that Trump is going to arrest Democratic senators and push some kind of laws through the Senate for his border wall, of course. He can declare a national emergency and let the army build the wall. This guy, right? Okay. What's that mission again? "50 machine gunners, 100 enemy units with the flamer." I should just do a CPU defend with flamers. That's right. So let's get the 50 machine gunners out. Grunt. Machine gunner. Oop, hang on. Wakey wakey. Poor bastard. I'm not going to send him in there with nothing. If this guy here hit there. Haven't tried these yet. Yes. There's an expensive unit. Yeah. Recon. This is the guy, right? Iron lungs on the grunts. That map deploy is not going to do anything really. Maybe, just a little bit. Let's go. Look at this. I almost have 300 focus fires. I had 20 left. I was kind of tired yesterday, but never too tired to recycle some cards. Think. Yeah, ammo's nice. So is army surplus. Dude, did I do the paratrooper mission yet? Paratroopers and machine gunners. I left some paratroopers in. Usually I completely take them down. So, for instance, I had about 250 firebombs. Moving out. Alright, awesome tea. Really good. As many as I can. I need 15 more of these. What if I put these paratroopers behind a bunch of riot officers? Okay. No mortar? There comes the mortar. I'm going to try it. Sneak attack. Yes, excellent. Gotta have the riot officers. No holding them back now. Come on. I should not have put this guy in my loadout. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't do it. What is this? What does that mean even? Okay, let's just get maybe that mission done. $405 on the machine gunner. Are you joking? Keep pumping him in, at least I'll have the mission. So the commando is a lot cheaper than the machine gunner. I should check their stats. Yeah. This is so clever. With this little tiny trap here. Damn. That's actually a really good idea. How does that work? I think I could do this. Because it is technically a shorter way to the base. Or do I split up the forces? Something to test. Yeah, I could do another one. Cha-ching. Wow, I can buy it for 34. That's some cheap stuff. He's gonna wreck. It's not good. I can't have it. No, don't let him. Oh, there goes the machine gunner. Dude, that is excellent. I'm giving it to this guy. This is really good. Come on, 15. Bam, bam, bam. Here we go. I'll need to stop doing these missions. I have 225 alliance bonus battles already, so yeah. Let's see. Okay, I hate making these predictions, but people keep saying that the president, not my president though, the president of the U.S. will stop. He'll just say, okay, take this job and shove it. He'll just say, man, I'll just go live over somewhere in a nice country and run away. That'd be hilarious. No. No, 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 no. I don't want to do any of it. I think I want to try that sniper solution he had. I think he destroyed this. That's why he has to do that. Okay, the base is set up for CPU defense. I don't want to do that. This is like a sniper trap, bombardier trap deal. Gugh. 5,000, 4,000. This is going to be a challenge. Machine gunner, really? At least make him a bit cheaper. These guys are pointless. This would be a good one to put back here. Let it go. Come on. Accuracy. Go. So there's a sniper base. Ah, yeah. I was going to find out. It's too bad you can't give these guys a hat. Man, that engineer though, 5 more. Okay. Oops. What? No, come on. Whew. How lucky did I get? I'm out of it. Out of the ammo. This guy here, right? This is gonna be too close for comfort. Somebody pinch me. I'm dreaming. I need another one. Come on. Best thing is to finish the mission. You know, the one I wasn't going to do. Still did the loadout for it. Still didn't fix the engineers. Man, oh man, oh man. Let it go. Come on. I could have used that bombing run. There you go. We're done. After this match, I'm gonna get a tea break. All of this could have been prevented with a single focus fire. So the rapid deploy on the grunt. Why? Why? They'll just die quicker. Hammerheads are silly. Not in a good way. 3.5 minutes. Will this one come inside? No. Yes. No. Cool match. Too bad I didn't win. That's just fine. I did the mission. No, I can't go out with... No, I gotta go out with a victory. No matter what. Can always make tea after I win. Okay, why would there no longer be a President Trump this year? The downward trajectory of every aspect of his rule indicates that we are headed for a spectacular political crash and burn, and fairly soon. Interesting. Dude, I'd rather face this one. I'd rather fix this, finally. You can become a flamer. Gee, do I have any tight formation? Remember these? Geez, 303 tactical boots. Luxury. They're a luxury now. Just bring them, you know, just do it. Make 2,000 munitions, then you can take 2,000 munitions. These are the only ones I don't recycle. I'm like, well, no, no, no. No, no, just no, look. 100 recycles. No, not until I need the money. Rally flag, right? There, might as well use that one. I've absolutely lost my faith in this groupie thing. What's it called again? Tight formation. Oh look. Tovarich. Спасибо. Да. Давай. How about standard operating procedure? Holy shit. Rapid deploy on the grunts is a nice touch. Who am I bringing? You. You and you. And I'm still doing a mission. The one with the paratroopers. More and more. Pull back again. can destroy this wall without a rally flag. Wait. Wow, okay. This is a really good question. Do I put him here or there? They're not going to come back, are they? No. No, 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 no. This is horrible. Okay. Back up. God, all my beautiful units. Totally ineffective bombing run. I'm doing 2 missions with the flamer and the paratroopers. Very bad. I'm gonna make it, but it's gonna be a Pyrrhic victory. I would say that this victory nobody wins. Start shooting. They're being blocked by the tents. That's some more information I never found out. How can the HQ be blocked by the tents? Okay. It's not a nice win, but it's a win. Can I move some of these riot officers? Yes, I can. Okay, not all is lost. Bronze, 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 bronze. That could be a very interesting combi. Let's see how this works. Next. So we're looking at a very spectacular political crash and burn, and fairly soon. The increasing erratic and angry behavior of the president, his self-imposed isolation, his inability and refusal to listen to smart advisors that he's hired are leading him to a precipice. For a moment, let's assume that the left is successful and they get rid of Trump. Will everything go back to normal? No. Mike Pence will become president. Oh my God. And they will immediately start investigating him. And then if a Democrat wins in 2020, revenge-seeking Republicans will investigate the living daylights out of whoever enters the White House. He can't understand why so many Democrats are lining up to run for president. Are they insane? After what has been done to Trump, his family, Brett Kavanaugh, and countless others, why would anybody want to subject themselves to such endless public torture? We are rapidly getting to the point where America will be ungovernable. No matter who's in power, there's going to be anger, strife, discord. Hey, discord. And resentment. Tens of millions hated Barack Obama and did not consider him to be their president. And now tens of millions hate Donald Trump and do not consider him to be their president. Our political institutions are breaking down. But at least economic conditions have been stable and has done much to pacify most Americans in recent years. Unfortunately, economic conditions are really starting to slow down, and there's going to be large-scale layoffs. And just like in 2008, stock market is starting to plunge. True, that's true. At this point, approximately $12 trillion of global stock market wealth has been wiped out, just gone. And the really bad news is that things are likely to get even worse, okay? History has shown that tough economic conditions make military conflict more likely. In the Middle East, Turkish tanks have been lining up to the Syrian border in anticipation of invasion, and Syrian forces have been massing to defend against a potential attack. Like over here. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I can defend, I can check my loadout, and keep reading this. Elsewhere, Hezbollah and Hamas seem to be in a race to see who can start a war with Israel first. If war does break out, Israel may find themselves fighting both of them simultaneously. I need to do this quickly, because my first structure is over there already. I'm going to take it down. Not a bad bombing run at all. Come on. Dial. I think I'll just have to let it go now. Do a couple more specials. Decide. Here. As for the US, its relationship with Russia and China are rapidly deteriorating. The Russians continue to prepare for a coming military conflict, and the Pentagon is officially freaked out by the new hypersonic missiles that the Russians have just developed. Meanwhile, the trade war with China continues to escalate, and a general in China just suggested that the Chinese military should not be afraid to sink 2 aircraft carriers. Wow. That's a message. What is your message? Come get us? I could have put flamers in the base. Okay. And let's not forget Iran, North Korea, and hey, welcome to the show. Let's go to the comments. Welcome. Drop a comment. Game Craven channel, my host here is again the Craven. Come for the gameplay, stay for the commentary. That's my new slogan. I'm just shooting at my own stuff. That's not very nice. Hey, creep. Oh, don't worry about it. I was just trying to do some PvP. Didn't really work well. And before I knew it, I got challenged in defense rate 380 something. article. So aside from problems in the Middle East, we also have issues in Iran, North Korea, and there's a potential for a Russian invasion of the Ukraine. On top of everything else, the crust of our planet appears to be getting increasingly unstable, and climate conditions are changing at a very rapid pace. This is what's been keeping up late at night. Our magnetic field is changing, and it's displacing the crust. Okay, imagine you have a birthday cake, and the icing on that cake is our crust. You can kind of peel it off. I need a better one. Let's see. A better analogy for plate tectonics and crustal displacement. This is a tough one. Why can't I find an analogy here? A metaphor. I'm supposed to be excellent at those. You know these tricks that people do with a tablecloth? You put a tablecloth on the table, then you put the dishes and everything on, like plates, and then you have this guy that can just yank the tablecloth and the plates will keep standing, but the tablecloth is in his hands. That's what's happening with the Earth, the Earth crust. So the magnetic poles are shifting, we're all getting weird earthquakes, where there should not be. And because the ice on the North and South Pole weighs more, it's heavier than water, it's going to start wobbling a bit. That mass that's at the North Pole, it wants to automatically go to the center, because that's where the Earth spins faster. The Earth is actually a little bit bulgy on the equator. So you have a spinning top, but imagine on the left, on one side of that spinning top, the top of that spinning top, there's a piece of gum. That would make the top wobble. It wouldn't be able to spin right. I think that's the best analogy. Okay, the crust of our planet appears to be getting increasingly unstable. Climate conditions are changing at a rapid pace. Dozens of volcanoes are currently erupting, and one expert is warning about 100 others could be on the brink of erupting. Massive earthquakes have been striking along the Ring of Fire with regularity, and major storms is getting larger and more intense. We could keep going if you like. I haven't even mentioned the potential for global pandemic, the impending collapse of the European Union, civil unrest, the death of our oceans, and the horrible drought in the western half of the country. Yes, people desperately need hope and giving them false hope by telling them everything's going to be just wonderful. It's not a thing. Our world is in turmoil and it's going to get even worse. Put on your seatbelts and get ready because it's going to be a bumpy ride. 2019, it's going to be ooh la la la. Yes, red hats must die. I like the black uniforms though, in the game. You know. Let's see. I wasn't really paying attention. I was reading that article. Seem to be doing fine. How much damage can these guys take? There he's gone. Just do it quickly. I don't want to take down the barbed wire. The tunnel's gonna go. Damn. A little bit too earlier than that, right? Let's go on, rocket guy, take your position. Nope. I still have that song in my head. Right. Yeah, he does. He really shares his emotions. And you know it's real by the way he says it. It's not fake. He actually felt that stuff. Do or not do. Don't do it. Time. It's 4 p.m. So I rage quit San Andreas yesterday. It was horrible. I'm getting close though. I have maybe 60% of the city. I almost got tempted to do the final mission, so it's easier to get the gang warfare going. But I want to expand gang territories across the map. And I'm thinking that if you, this is like a glitch, you take an airplane, you know. I think that makes the gang area expand, literally. So, in Los Santos, you would have ballers on the extreme west side of the map. Last part, I'm going to take care of the east, northeast first. And then there's some baller territory in the northwest. And I think that if I use that glitch, this patches, these colored patches will zoom in and take over the entire map, which would mean in the northwest of the entire map there would be borders and nothing but borders. That would keep me from reaching my airfield. So I want to make the entire Los Santos map green and then try the glitch. It would show me how it works. Wow, aren't these guys awesome here? Hey, dude, look. Look at what you have. Spend them. Not like that. Like this. Wow. This should be nice. One. Ah, damn. He's on strike. He's like, done. No, I'm done. I'm lagging out. Last push. I'm already overdue for my tea, buddy. $87. One more wave after this. Finally, the base needs some action. $461. Cool. More subs are happening. Yeah, people left and right are tuning in. 1 in 4 hence a sub. About these erupting volcanoes. Okay. Volcanodiscovery.com. Let's just warning that about 100 others could be on the brink of erupting. Express.co.uk. These are horrible. Don't go to these British newspapers are full of shit. Almost nothing. And the British press, I don't believe anything until the government has officially denied it. The British government says they're not doing a certain thing, they're doing that thing. Why else deny it? This is going to bring in a nice little piece of cash. I think about 83,000 ammo. Kind of want to upgrade a sniper tower. That's 2 million. $389. Okay, quarter mil. It's time for a tea break. Be back in about 15 minutes. Thanks for watching though. Later.